Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I was so excited about today's video that I literally had to show you at the beginning. It's not often something I do, but we're going to create a pinky design today using some of my Madam Glam colours. And I also got a nude from, I think it was Cloud Beauty, the nude is from. We've got Positive Tomato, which is like a more of a ready. We've got a Royal Pink, which is our baby pink. And lastly, we've got this kind of in-betweeny kind of, I don't know what you'd call this, like a darker pink. It's called Pink Madness, so maybe it is a pink. I never know how to describe that kind of colour, but it's stunning. I love to wear it in the winter. And here is the nude that we're using, N17 from Cloud Beauty. And let's get cracking with the nail design. So we've got 4 nails that are going to be fully nude, and then we've got 1 nail that's going to be fully marbled, looking stunning. And we're going to marble all 3 of those stunning colours in just a moment. So for today, it's a massive kind of mix and match combination between marble and flowers. It was such a therapeutic design, but bear in mind it's incredibly time consuming because you have to cure in between all the flowers that we're going to make, and we're going to kind of layer the flowers as well, and it's just a bit consuming. But if you've got the time on your hands, I highly recommend it. It's very, very relaxing and fun. You can really get creative. So I love those kind of nail designs. Sometimes I feel like I need a quick in and out, and sometimes I just feel like I'm just, can't sleep or something, and I just want something to occupy me and let me play around with it. So this is one of those sets. So here I'm just placing a bunch of that gel polish onto my plate because we've got a bunch of marbling to do. I still feel like I put a little bit too much, but I feel like it's just something I always do. There's always too much marble on my plate. But today specifically, we've got a bunch of marble to do. So now that that's marbled on our plate, I'm going in with a base coat, just a thin layer to help the bloom and help to apply the marble. I'm going to use my ombre brush from Madam Glam, and I'm just going to scoop it up. I think I had a hair in there. And just start placing it onto the nail in any way you like to place it down. Sometimes I kind of pretend like I'm drawing. Sometimes I just kind of dab my brush onto the nail. It's all kind of up to you how you want to apply it. So yeah, we're going to cover the whole nail. Make sure you don't do it too thick because of course you're going to end up with uncured nail polish, so make sure you don't do that. Once you're happy, pop it into the lamp, and then we can crack on with the rest of the design. So for now, I'm using some black, and I'm going to use it for an outline. So you don't have to be perfect right now. It's just to give you a brief little suggestion of where you want to place your marble, because later on we are going to go over that black line and make it the same thickness and everything and as straight as possible later on. So that's our outline for the first nail, just a straight down line down the center. Then for the second nail, we're going to do a French tip. So same thing, grab your black, draw out your French tip. I feel like I did it a bit high on this now. I feel like I wish I did it a bit lower, but it's fine, I guess the more marble the better. So once again, don't be too fussy, just, make it as perfect as you possibly can, but don't worry too much, we will perfect it later on. Pop that one into the lamp. And I think in the meantime, whilst those two are curing, we can crack on with our marble nails. So this one, we're going to do something that you've probably seen before when it comes to cartoony nails. I think they're cartoony nails. So I'm going to just do this line here, like a half, almost like a reverse French tip kind of thing. And then I might go ahead and cure it. I might perfect it off camera real quick. We'll see in just a sec. Okay, I perfected it off camera. And now this is the bit that we usually see when people do the cartoony nails, where they go around the edge of the nail with a black gel polish. So that's exactly what we're doing today. We're going to go all around that nail, and then you can pop into the lamp for 60 seconds. I am using my Glitterbell's Unbelievable Gel, and they are super great for nail art, so super pigmented. If I was using just a regular black, I'd have to do 2 layers, and that would have been a pain. So I'm just going to use that. They cure 60 seconds in the lamp, and they're amazing. You guys have to go grab them, honestly. I think I actually, a little while ago maybe, but I did do a video kind of showing all the colours I have. I don't have that many. They've got a bunch on their website, but I have a fair share of colours. So if you're curious, go ahead, search up on my channel, Glitterbell's Unbelievable Gels or something like that, and they should pop up, and you can see what I've got and see if any colours tickle your fancy. I do believe I also have a discount code in the description to save you guys some money too. So the other one is curing, and now these two are out, and where I'm placing the base coat is where we're going to place the marble. So on this nail, it's on the left hand side. You can of course do it on the right hand side if you wanted to. It's all completely down to you. And I'm going to once again use my nail, my ombre brush, and just scoop it up and place it where you want it. And we're going to do the same thing on the other nail with the French tip. So same vibe, you're going to place the base coat just on the bit, like the tip of the French tip, if that makes sense. And then same thing, scoop up the yumminess and place it exactly where you want it. I love how that marble one came out. I love sometimes messing about with it as you place it to really get that really cool marble looking vibe going on. I quite like it a lot. So this is the other nail. Same technique applies. If you want it to be a bit more messy and not too precise, you definitely can. You can just grab a lint-free wipe or something and just kind of scrape away anything you don't like you kind of went out of the line. It's not, you know, before you cure it, you can do anything you want with it, so don't be too worried about getting it perfect or anything like that. Of course, the more perfect you are, the less cleanup later on, but you know, it's all completely down to you how you want to play it. So I'm just gonna finish this one up and then pop into the lamp. This one I was a bit worried about. I was thinking, oh gosh, I feel like there's maybe a bit too much polish, but you know what, after curing, everything was great and amazing, so that's wonderful. Alright, so now it's time for the flower part of today's video, and this is the bit that's going to take you a solid while. So I've got a mixture of two kinds of flowers. We've got some kind of brush painted on flowers, so just literally lines, nothing too crazy. If you wanted to be, you know, a bit more extra, you could make them a bit more detailed. I don't know how you would go about that, but you can do that if you know how to. Or I was also doing just dots, standard dots next to each other, and then after curing, I would just place a little dot in the center to create the little center of the flower. Since we've got 3 different gel polishes, I'm going to mix and match, make a couple, you know, pink, purpley, that reddy orange shade, and then I will use a different color for the center. So if I'm like, you can see that pale pink flower in the center, I use that darker pinky shade and so on. So I'm going to kind of mix and match it, have a bit of fun. As you can see, that's why we have to kind of cure in between, because some of them overlap one another. So that's why you kind of have to cure in between. You could probably get away with not having to do that, but then you won't be able to layer them and it might end up looking or having the same kind of effect. But, you know, give it a go. If that's what you kind of are feeling or wanting to do, then of course go ahead. But yeah, I'm just kind of playing around. So for this nail, you just want to pop a bunch of flowers just on the kind of the black line as the black line goes, but that's the only area. This nail coming up now is going to have flowers all around the border of this nail. So this was a long nail, like a long time it took to get this one done and dusted. I basically show you guys little snippets of here and there of me working on these nails. Like I said, it was very long and it was kind of hurting my hands to keep it in frame, so every so often I was just coming off camera and just kind of, you know, getting a bit more comfy and just continuing the nail design and having a little chilled fun time doing the nails. So for this one, because we've got quite a lot of area to cover, you can actually get quite a few flowers in at one time before having to cure it, and just pick up any colors. Probably the more colors the better. Probably colors that match well together will probably look the best. But yeah, you can definitely, you know, change it up. Do blue, purple, green, yellow, whatever kind of colors you want. I'm sure it will look just as pretty with any color that you pick. And just carry it on. So as you can see, incredibly repetitive, nothing too crazy. Just keep going and let the magic happen right in front of your eyes. So at first it looks a bit messy, it looks a bit dodgy. It doesn't look like there's anything gonna be coming out of it. But the more you go, there we go. Look at it. It looks so cute. Looks so cute. I feel like if you maybe added even extra some leaves in there, it would look even more cool. But that's another nail done. So we've got one more nail to do when it comes to the flowers, and it's this one. So we're basically going to place flowers and make it look like a French tip, but with flowers. You know what I mean? So rather than kind of outlining with a black gel polish where you want your line to be, you're going to do it with the flowers. So just bear with me. I'm not the best at describing this bit, but you will see the magic happen in any minute. So I do end up kind of coming off camera, hopping back in midway through. So now after curing the first petal flower, the first flower is basically going to be the bottom part. I want to say, is it called a smile line? I always forget. I think it's a smile line, like the bottom part of the smile line. And then the other flowers on the side, you want to make them smaller and kind of pull them up, and until the moment you kind of want the smile line to finish, I think that's what they're called. Let me know in the comments. I feel like I'm always forgetting and asking you guys. I'm so sorry. But just keep repeating it. Pop it into the lamp. And then we're going to create this kind of idea where it's kind of like scattering down the nail, almost like sprinkling down. That was kind of the vibe I was going for. You'll see in a second how I managed to achieve it. So just, but essentially, it's just creating as much flowers as possible where the top bit is, and then the lower you get, the less flowers you create. I am going to also add some little dotting detail in there too, to create this little like sprinkle of flowers going down the nail. You see in just a second. But yeah, I really love this one. I really just don't know which one I like more. I just like all of them. There we go. Look at this. So I decided to kind of go back into camera, show you guys this moment, and then on camera I'm going to show you guys me finishing up like the top part where I'm just adding extra, because right now it's a bit bare and I was like, this isn't kind of, you know, it's not really working for me. So I thought I would add a bit extra flowers at the top, and I'm so happy I did. And I think I do also end up adding maybe an extra dot or two every so often and every little bit, just to make it a bit more concentrated at the top with the flowers. And then I was definitely feeling way better after I did that. I feel like it definitely needed it. It was a bit too bare. But of course, the smaller the nail that you're working on is probably going to look better if it's actually got less flowers. But it's all just, you just have to really gauge the situation and see what's going to work, what isn't. All of that shebang. So this is the nail. I think it's so cute. So cute. So after this one's done, I want to say we're up to speed when it comes to the nail art. Now it's time for the crystals. We have a very basic crystal placement today, which is probably way better than anything really, because we have a very, very busy floral set. So to be honest, if you didn't want to put any crystals on this set, I would completely understand. But I love adding crystals where possible, even if it means just like a little one here and there. So for this nail here, I have this very like long rectangle styled crystal. I rarely use them, and I thought, let me see if I can include it somehow into today's set. So I am including it here. We're basically doing a line of crystals. We've got the rectangle one followed by 3AB. I will be adding caviar beads. I'm not sure if I do it on camera, if I end up doing it off camera. I don't remember now, but if I do basically do it off camera, I'm just adding the caviar beads in between all of those crystals, and that's all. So we've got 2 more nails to do crystals. We're only popping 3 crystals at the top on this nail. So we are going to do a fairly big one in the center, followed by 2 slightly smaller ones on the side, and that's it. And same thing, chuck on your caviar beads. And then the last nail that we're going to work on is the floral French tip that we created just a moment ago, and we are going to do the exact same thing as I'm doing right now, which is just popping that one big one in the center, followed by 2 little ones on the side, and chuck on some caviar beads. I'm looking at my little recording thing now, and I don't think I included the caviar beads into today's video, but you I'm sure have seen me millions of times adding caviar beads. I've got a bunch and hours of content on my channel with me adding caviar beads in between crystals, so you probably get the vibe. But yeah, if you wanted to know how or what I've exactly placed, just stop the video right at the end to see where they are, or watch some of my previous videos where I have included them in them. So this is that other one I was talking about. I am once again spending a bunch of time searching for the right crystal. That's probably the only downfall when you've got different sizes mixed. So I do have a bag of mixed ones, and I have one that isn't mixed, kind of in sizes, but I always pick the mixed one. I just find it, well, I was going to say quicker, but clearly not. I was taking my time trying to find the crystals that I needed. But we're just finishing that one up now. Pop into the lamp. You have to top coat them. I didn't include that either. I went for a glossy today, and here are the final results. So I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I would love to see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.